Hi folks, I'm back. If you have already looked at my other video, you saw a fairly lengthy and in-depth explanation of the warm-ups that I'm going to be doing in this video. But in this video, we're just going to do it. And I kind of described at the end of the last video the sequence in which we would do these. And I'm going to be walking you through them just a little bit while we do them. But I won't be doing too much talking over it, just a little bit to kind of direct you in regards to how many repetitions are left or which one comes next and things like that. A lot like what we've often done in class together before. The only other thing I want to do before we dive into our right hand and left hand warm-ups is check our tuning again. So for those of you who aren't watching the other video and then this one, or you've already watched the other video and you just want to come back and revisit this video, then you can get in tune from here. Of course, if you want to go back and you want to look at any of the explanations I have, I'm going to provide you with a link to the other video in the description for this one. So that way you say, wait, let me check that out. Let me look back at how he describes this particular exercise. That's great. You can go back to this. But for now, we're just going to kind of go straight through several of them, starting with the individual finger strokes. First, let's tune. 6th string first. 5th string. 4th. 3rd. 2nd. And 1st string. Like I said in the last video, if you feel like you didn't quite get some of those strings in tune, just back up a little bit. You can go back through that and adjust as much as you need to before we kick into the warm-up. But now it's time to move straight into those individual finger strokes. 8 planted eye strokes, 8 unplanted eye strokes, straight into the middle finger on the 2nd string, straight into the A finger on the 1st string. We'll do all that set together, okay? So if you'll set up your eye finger, I'm going to give you 2 beats with a ready and. Ready and. Plant, plant, plant. 4 more. Now no planting. Okay, last one. Middle finger on the 2nd string. Plant, plant, plant. 4 more like that. Okay, no planting now. 4 more. And A finger on the 1st string. Plant, plant. Okay, no planting now. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to play the AMI arpeggio on the top 3 strings. 4 times with sequential planting, 4 times without. We're going to go straight into IMA, 4 times with planting, 4 times without. Straight into the AMIM arpeggio, 4 times planting, 4 times without. And then, as I said in the last video, straight into the string crossing exercises. Again, if you need to revisit that, you can look back at that toward the end of the last video and look through the sequencing of the exercises here. So starting with AMI, and since we're doing sequential planting, go ahead and plant that A finger, and I'll get you started with a ready and. Okay, ready and. Plant M, plant I, A again. 2 more with planting. This time no planting, and M, I, A. This time we go straight into I, M, A. So do I again, plant the M, plant the A, plant I, plant M, A, plant I. This time, no planting. Two more like that. back to AMI with the string crossing and sequential planting. Plant A, plant M, I, A on the second, A on the third, A on the fourth, the third again, second string, first string again. This time no planting, guys. Second string, third string, the fourth string, back to the third string, second, and this time we're going to start the IMA pattern with sequential planting. I on the G, plant M, plant A, I on the 4, I on 5, 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, no planting this time, same pattern in, 4th string, 5th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and this time A-M-I-M. A planted, plant M, plant I, A on the second, plant, 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 A on the third, A on the fourth, third string, second string, and this time no planting, guys. Second string, third string, fourth string, third string again, second string again, and this time we're going to go to AMI on the G string with planting. Plant A, M, plant I, A again, 2 more. Okay, no planting this time. Legato, the balanced, consistent sound from finger to finger. This time we're going to go to IMA with planting. So play I again, plant, plant M, plant A, plant I. 2 more like that. And no planting. Two more like this. And this time we go to AMIM with planting. Plant A, plant I, M, plant A, M, I, M. 2 more like that. And this time we don't plant. A, M, I, M. 2 more. There we go. Okay. Now there are lots of other great right hand warm-ups, but just doing that has already made a difference in the way my hand feels. So now it's time to get the left hand warmed up and start warming up that right hand thumb as well. We are going to start with the finger hopping exercise. We're going to do 4 times each on each finger, but we're going to go directly into the finger walking that I described in the previous video. I thank Scott Tennant for these because I'm sure that someone showed them to him or he figured them out himself, but they're great warm-ups. So go ahead and position your index finger on the 6th string, and as I encouraged you to in the last video, you might want to go through a little checklist before and make sure that you've got a pretty steady and consistent hand position. Okay? Index finger on the 6th string, finger hopping. Ready? And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again. Try to make sure your other fingers remain pretty relaxed while you do this. Let's do it again. more time on this one. Get ready for your middle finger. Middle finger's on the 2nd fret now. Again. Third time. Okay, one more time on this one. Coming up to the ring finger on the 3rd fret now. Again. Third time. One more for the ring finger. Got the pinky coming up next on the 4th fret. Here we go. Pardon me. Let's do that again. We got one more. Now this time we're going to go straight into finger walking with 1 and 2 on the 1st fret. Ready, and here we go. 1 and 2. 2 should be on the top string. We go back down to the bottom. If we've done it correctly, 1 is on the bottom. Again. Third time. Okay, one more time on that one. This time we've got 2nd and 3rd fingers coming up on the 2nd fret. Okay, middle finger first, 3rd finger, 2nd, 3rd. Again. Third time. One more time on this set. This time I got to go to 3 and 4 on the 3rd fret. 3rd finger first. Ready? 3rd finger. Pinky. 3rd. 4th. Again. Again. Here comes our last repeat. All right. Great. We got one more one more left hand warm up. We're going to move to the chromatic crawl. Like I said, 9th position, G string. We're going to just play just the notes on the G string the first time through, nice and slow. I'll give you a ready hand to get you started. Keep the right hand simple this time. You can alternate index and middle or something, but once you get better at it, I discussed in the last video the possibility that you could change things up just a little bit. So, here we go. Ready, and 9, 10, 11, 12. Now down 1 fret to 8. The 7th fret. 6th position. You don't have to do the vibrato I'm doing. 5th position. I'm just doing it to relax the hand and loosen things up a little. Next. 3rd fret. 2nd fret. Now remember, when we complete this in the 1st position here, we hold our fingers in place for several seconds. Just hold that position. Try to ensure that you've gotten as close to the fret bars as I have. Okay? Obviously, that's something we said that we want to do in order to make sure that we've got a pretty decent stretch going. And then you can let that go. Shake out that hand if you need to. Relax that a bit, because we're going to do it again. But as I described in the previous video, we're going to play all those notes with P on the right hand and intersperse them with the 1st string, the open 1st string, just to ensure that we're not blocking that string at any point with any one of our fingers. Now, we're going to be moving those notes at the same tempo at which I just played, but in between those beats, in between those pulses, we're going to be doing the other notes. So if you think of what we just played as quarter notes, then we're actually playing between the 3rd string and the open 1st string 8th notes. So 3rd, open 1st, 3rd, open 1st, okay? I'll give you ready and again. 9th fret, P on the 3rd string, and you can use I or M on the other string, okay? Ready and 10, 11, 12, 8th position, 7th position, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd position, 2nd fret, last one, 1st fret, and don't forget we're going to hold it again. Just hold that hand in position. Just a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds or so. Make sure you breathe through that exercise. And you can let that go and relax. Again, if you've been playing guitar for a long time, it doesn't feel like a big stretch, but I can tell you from my own experience on cold days, when the hands are feeling pretty stiff, that's a nice warm-up and a nice way to ease into stretching those fingers out a little bit. Now that's our whole round of warm-ups. That's the entire thing that we discussed in the last video. I said we're going to move pretty swiftly through them in this video. I encourage you to return to this video, use it as much as you like in your own warm-ups to mirror me, to kind of check the way you're positioning your hands against the way that I position mine. And when you do any or all of these warm-ups on your own, like I said, I strongly encourage you, in lieu of the video, to use a metronome. You can set some tempo goals for yourself. These aren't like other technical exercises in the respect that you're constantly trying to get faster with them. I mean, that's okay, you can do that. But at the same time, I think what you want is you want to ensure that they feel comfortable, they feel relaxed, and that you're ready to move into and tackle the meatier stuff, the more challenging stuff, the faster and harder stuff once the hands have gotten warmed up. I do hope this is helpful with you, for you, and if you have any questions about it, all of you who are students of mine know how to get in touch with me, and stay tuned for maybe more videos to come in the future. Thanks.